I tell you, as governor of Utah and the leader of the Mormon faith, they are trying to persecute us for our religious beliefs. Brigham, you can't have 56 wives. Persecution!
Okay, real talk. Polygamy is a sticky issue for Latter-day Saints, and honestly all Christians, if they believe in the Old Testament. We don't have all the answers regarding polygamy, and that's all right. There's a lot for us to sift through. But in response to this video, because you may not know the reality of the persecution for members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in the 1800s, let me give you a quick rundown. In 1838, the governor of Missouri issued an extermination order, not an exile order, an extermination order. Executive Order 44 literally commanded that Mormons, quote, must be exterminated or driven from the state. Shortly thereafter, 17 people were killed at Haun's Mill. Men and boys were shot while pleading for their lives. A 10-year-old child was found hiding under a blacksmith's bellows and was killed at point-blank range. The militia member said, "Nits will make lice," meaning Mormon children will grow up to be Mormon adults, so they ought to be killed as well. Joseph Smith was tarred and feathered. Boiling tar poured over your body, then covered in feathers, is torture. It causes third-degree burns and is complete anguish for the person receiving it. Latter-day Saints were driven from their homes in winter multiple times. They crossed frozen rivers, leaving trails of blood on the ice from their bare feet. Families buried children along the way who didn't survive the cold and exposure. In Carthage, Joseph Smith and his brother Hiram were murdered by a mob while in supposed protection of the state. A mob of 200 men with painted faces stormed the jail. Neither Joseph or Hiram made it out. So why were members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints driven out? In Missouri, one major factor was that Latter-day Saints opposed slavery in a slave state. They published statements about free Black Americans being welcome, which enraged pro-slavery neighbors. When Joseph Smith ran for president in 1844, his platform included abolishing slavery. This was 16 years before Lincoln. That didn't make him very popular. They were persecuted for their economic cooperation. They built successful communities and businesses together, which threatened local economies, for their political power and as a unified voting bloc. And while at some point polygamy might have had something to do with this, these are our ancestors. They watched their children die in the snow. They watched their cities get burnt to the ground. They buried their prophet and were told by the government that they should be exterminated. Ultimately, they went westward to Utah seeking refuge. Keep in mind, they weren't running to an established Utah. They wandered into a desert and called it home. They built it from the ground up. If you want to see how this ragtag group of religious refugees went on to become a worldwide religion, impacting millions of people around the globe, come and see.